Good afternoon, I'm Jeff. I'm a sewer tech Northwest. Today we're at property address 2725 Southeast Concord Road in Milwaukee. We're located on the rooftop. We're going through the main vent. It's 3-inch copper, actually kind of a rare type of pipe to find. It's quite expensive, but it is a good product. Anyway, I'm going to check the overall condition and serviceability of the sanitary sewer line. Currently have water running. We should see that here in just a moment as I advance forward. And right here at the base of the vent, I'm going to zero out the camera length counter and refer to this spot as the point of access. Here we go. There's our water there tying in. We have the kitchen sink running. Yeah, they only did a copper pipe for a very short amount of time for sewer lines. It was very expensive, obviously, and they stopped doing it pretty quick. But it looks like it transitions here right at 35 feet. It actually now looks like it's cast iron pipe. It's hard to see the diameter change there. I believe it's still 3-inch 3-inch pipe though. It would be either 3 or 4-inch, but it does appear to be the same as the vent. Everything's looking good so far. Okay, we got another transition here. Just switched from cast iron pipe, it looks like, over to 4-inch concrete pipe. And this actually is looking like it's concrete, but it's called transite concrete, is what it appears to be. And unfortunately, we do have a root intrusion through the joint. You can see them growing down the right side of the screen there, and the top of the pipe. Looks like they've punched right through the transition joint there. They're not affecting flow, obviously, right now because they're just hugging tight to the wall. But you know, like this one here is dangling down, and these can progress in size, and as they get bigger, start grabbing debris as it comes through. It looks like the point of origin here is coming from this transition joint right here at 41 feet. It's really hard to tell though. It could be coming through some other spot we can't see because the roots are kind of covering them up, but that does look like where they've originated from. Okay. We're at 57 feet now, and we have consistent root intrusion throughout the line, starting at the transition from cast iron to concrete all the way out to this point. And they're varying in size, but it's consistently throughout the line. So at least out to this point so far. And yeah, we're still seeing roots here at 61 feet. We'll see how much further these things go, but because this pipe is likely transite, it has an asbestos content to it. Most cities require that if you actually cut down into the pipe and expose the concrete and asbestos dust to the air, at that point you have to actually pull the whole line out of the ground and replace it in many circumstances. And here at 78 feet we have reached the main lateral. And so it does look like the roots stop there around 61 feet. I'll reel back here to the last spot. But because it's throughout the line, it looks like the joints aren't holding up to whatever root system is out there in the yard. I would definitely recommend sleeving or updating the line from the transition at 41 feet out to at least where the roots stop at. But in this circumstance, because they've intruded through so many joints, it might also be a good idea to just sleeve the entire concrete section and update it so that the roots can't come through any other joints in the future. But I will at least, I'll map the line out here in the event that excavation is required for some reason. Sleeving would be the best way to go in this circumstance, or doing a liner, because the line drains out very nicely. There's no grade loss or bellies in the line. So it's a good candidate to do a pipe sleeve on it, and then you don't have to do any digging, and hopefully avoid having to tear the whole line out because of the asbestos. But anyway, here at 63 feet, this is the furthest out point where I see roots. It looks like a good portion of these roots, they're very long. They grow way down from where they actually originate from. So it's hard to say if some of these roots are actually coming through a joint right here around 63 feet, or if they're growing down the line from some other spot. But this is all the way out to where they make it to. So I'll go do locates. I'll mark either end. I'll do an X right here at 63 feet, a white X, and I'll do a white T at the transition at 41 feet to indicate the beginning of the repair and the transition point, and then I'll do some dots or lines in between there to show the direction the pipe runs. Alright, I did locate here. We're just beyond the fence it's a bunch of river rock that's just beyond the fence, between the fence and the sidewalk. Marked a white X there, right around 7 feet deep. There's a whole bunch of bees right there swarming around. So I would recommend doing some relocates. It was really hard to get right on top of them without the bees swarming all over me. But I know that the locate and everything is quite accurate there. It's within probably only about 6 inches to foot of where I located, but it would make me more comfortable to do relocates. It was, yeah, there was a bunch of bees there swarming around. Alright, I'm going to do another locate right around, do it here at 53 feet just to do a line in between to show the direction the line runs, and then I'll do a white T after this. So it'll just be 3 markings, one at the beginning, end, and in the middle. Alright, did another marking. We're in the front yard. There's a really large, big green bush that the line runs right underneath, and where I located there was about a foot into the bush, so it's hard to get an exact depth there. I was picking it up at about 4.5 feet deep with my locator pushed down into the bushes a little way, so right around 4 feet deep there. I was going to reel back here for a second and see if I could see possibly a tie-in for a clean out, but I unfortunately don't see one there. So hopefully they can put the sleeve or the liner down through the roof vent or something like that, or go through the crawl space somehow. I'm going to do a locate right here at the transition. Again, I'll mark this with a white T, and this will be right up close to the front foundation of the house. Okay, did another locate here. Is the last one, white T. It's about 5 feet in front of the foundation of the house. Right, it's kind of under the right side of the lace leaf maple in front there in the river rock. And I was getting a depth there at 2 feet 9 inches deep. I recommend doing a line replacement or sleeve from 41 feet to at least 63 feet. In this situation, I would recommend going all the way to the end so that the other pipe doesn't allow roots to come in the future as well. It looks like a lot of the other joints have, so it's hard to say, but my guess is those joints are going to be just as ineffective as keeping the roots out. But doing the 41 feet to 63 feet will cover all the roots that have come through currently. And even with the roots in there, the line's actually still functioning quite nicely. There was some roots that were a little larger dangling down, but there was no large debris buildup anywhere in the line. So at the very least, do a hydrojet to cut those roots out of there and do some root killing foam to keep them at bay. But they will keep coming back, so that's why I recommend doing repair, so it's not a recurring issue.